Well, hello there. Today I'm going to attempt to solve a problem I've had in my garden. I have an area in my garden that is not close to water, and it just kind of doesn't make sense to go through the effort of irrigating it. It gets a lot of sun a lot of the day. Like, there's got to be some sort of passive watering system. So I did a little research online and I found that, of course, somebody's come up with it. Somebody's invented it already. Awesome. So it's called a Chapin Bucket system and developed for people in Africa who no easy access to water. I went to Home Depot, got some supplies. Hopefully they work. And let me show you what we're working with. Here's the area I'm talking about. This is an undeveloped spot in the back of my yard where there's ample space for squash plants to grow and spread as far and wide as they want to. Let's just pretend there isn't the other stuff piled up nearby. Before I jump into the Chapin system, there's cleanup and soil prep to do. Come along. Welcome to Bucket Talks. So the bag says a 1/2 inch for the diameter for this piece here. I realize that must mean the inside diameter, not the diameter of this piece. So I bought a 1/2 inch drill bit, and then obviously it's not big enough for this hole right here. So I went scrounging in the garage and I found something I think will work. So let's try it. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, let's watch me delay drilling into the bucket in case I ruin the whole thing. I start and stop a few times. I decide it's important to explain why I'm drilling where I'm drilling, which, if you care, is so that when the bucket is right side up in its final position, it will sit securely. Whew, that sucked. That's pretty quick. Done. Now, just to take working. Yeah. Okay. So we've got a fair bit of it in there. Does that look good? So then we'll put this on. Okay. Okay, so now I take this threaded bit and screw it on in there. Okay, this is our contraption so far. Okay. All right, day 2. So I got it set up. It worked great, but it was a little bit drippy from this connection point right there. A little bit of a leak. So I bought some plumber's silicone right here. Plumber's caulk. Caulk? Caulk? And I'm gonna put it between the bucket and the black piece. I'm supposed to let it dry for a day. Boring. So guess what? I was trying to cut out the middleman. Apparently the middleman is very much needed in this project. I was trying to skip using this thicker pipe, and I was trying to use just this thinner pipe. I can't plumb into this line like halfway through it. There's no other way to do it. I've got to go big pipe to little pipe. Learning lesson for me. I didn't record this part, but this required yet another trip to Home Depot for one more part that screws into the bucket and fits the larger pipe on the other end. Don't skip the middleman, kids. Watertight, not drippy with this new system. And check it out, we got drips happening. The true test for my little weird bucket system is going to be how quickly do I need to refill the bucket. I'm hoping it's more than a day. Even if it is every day that I have to fill it, the plants are getting moisture throughout the whole day. So when it really heats up here, which it will pretty quick here. So I'm hoping that this bucket right here will mitigate that. And now we enter the garden pest portion of this video. I feel like poor Mr. McGregor was maligned, and that the story of Peter Rabbit, our man Peter, was not the good guy. The truth is, he's a boss-level criminal in a garden syndicate. In my case, I seem to be struggling mostly with Peter's soldiers, the squirrels. They take everything, overnight and every last bit. I'd be happy to share. Take a leaf. Great. Have a tomato. Awesome. Leave some for me. Cool? No. These guys do not share. They eat the plant down to sticks to the point where there's just no way it can survive. And it makes no sense. So the passive watering system works great. Then I had to pivot and figure out how to protect my plants on a budget. I cut pieces of hardware cloth into panels, and then I attached them with zip ties, the ends, so they would make a tube. And I plunked one of those around every single plant. And that's been working so far. As you can see, these new plants are looking pretty good. I've been filling the bucket about every other day or sometimes every day. In previous seasons, the plants in this area generally looked pretty stressed, but these guys are growing strong and are nice and green with lots of flowers. I'm pretty happy about the way they look.